analogy, it's a bit difficult to take the South African story and throw it on the Israeli story. The big idea here is that here people wanted to live as one nation. They wanted to come together and build together a nation, create the rainbow nation, which is amazing. In Israel, it's two nations that want self-determination. We want to live as good neighbors next to each other, but we don't want to live together with them, not because we don't like them, because their cultures are so different, and they don't want to live with us because their culture is so different. I'll give you an example. Tel Aviv was voted this year as the gay capital of Europe. We were one of them. But you look at Palestinian culture, and gay is not part of their culture, and it's okay. You don't need to force them for that to be part of their culture, but to bring in two different cultures that if you put them together will collide is not the answer. And that's what we're talking about. And we're talking about a Palestinian state and an Israeli state that live next to each other, not one inside. And you look at almost every civil unrest in the world, where there were two nations that were fighting against each other. When they tried to put them together, it broke out 10, 20 years later as a civil war. When each group got its own land, got its own right for self-determination, look at South Sudan. When they got their own right of self-determination, they can build a country. They can do nation building, as you said. But we want the Palestinians to do nation building. We want to complete our nation building. We're going to keep doing our nation building as neighbors, but not as together. And then when you look at apartheid, it's just not, separation is not bad. It's part of the solution, or it's how the solution is going to be. And I think they don't represent the Palestinian side, because the Palestinian side is saying we want our own country. We don't want to live in Tel Aviv. We want to live in a country where we can practice our culture.
I just want to add one sentence about it. I think that after reading a lot about the struggle against apartheid in South Africa, and also after visiting the apartheid museum, it feels to me that from the reason that Asaf said, why it's not different, still trying to comparing apartheid to the conflict that is happening in our region is in a way dishonoring the struggle that people had here against the apartheid.